Tatiana trying to beat me.
You and Tati in sync
good
on
timing.
the clap.
You look very beautiful. Okay, first of all, let me say you look very, very beautiful.
I'm very demure. Oh no,
I just want to say
not demure.
I just want to say
nothing
that
about me that's
Renae
demure.
goes, "Oh wow, you're dressed fancy." See, fellas, when you dress like shit all the time, all it takes is sleeves for your wife to go, "Oh wow, aren't you nice?"
I just look. I wanted to serve up some Wednesday Addams Halloween.
That's what I was
vibes.
gonna say.
Yes,
I was gonna
I just
say,
need 2 braids.
do you
if it had
remember-
been 2 braids? I'd be very Wednesday Addams.
Do you remember the Addams Family movie? One of my favorites, with the where Uncle Fester was. What was the what's her name? Played his wife.
Oh, that has the really high-pitched, shrill voice and the crazy white hair. What is her name? She's such a good actress. She's so funny.
No, it's what's his Cusack.
Oh no, that is not who I was thinking of.
But she played the wife of Fester Addams.
I don't remember that version.
In the movie, that's how she would dress.
Is this how she would dress?
Yes.
Well, the kids and I did.
Yeah, or
watch,
whatever. Remember when she was trying to steal the money? Yeah. So anyway, you look absolutely beautiful, Rick. I'm very disappointed in Renae, and I'll tell you why. Wow. She was like, what are we going to talk about? I feel like the podcast has been flat, and I'm like, I actually think the podcast has been great.
Yeah.
And we've been getting great comments. Wouldn't you agree, Rick?
I think the engagement's up. I think the last few's been great.
What did we get in a fight about?
Well, I think last time we brought up the audio of the woman that was praising her husband. Remember?
Oh yes.
A lot of good comments.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, you know what, Renae, like,
well, so I went
why
back.
is it? Put your ego away. Somebody said, and just give Steve what he wants. Like, it's not that hard. Steve gives you what you want. That's what somebody said.
No, I don't have a. Yeah, I went back and I read the comments because you were like,
Oh, you
no,
did?
I think
Oh,
people
you did?
Really
Oh, you
like
didn't bring it
into
up? You didn't bring it up?
No. So right before we started filming, I was like, let me go read the comments really quick, so I know which one you're talking about, and I would like to respond to it in person.
Oh, get him, babe. Tell them how you're better than them.
I get what she's saying. It is not in my, like they said, you're a words of affirmation person. I know that. I've heard that before. I love you very much.
Look, all I'm saying is
it's not that I don't want to give you.
Thank yous are nice. I'm sorry's are nice. I appreciate yous are nice. That's all I'm saying.
It is just, I hear you.
Do you use those words?
Words of affirmation
Do you use
is
those
not
words?
my love language.
Do you use those
as
words?
much as I love you, I just don't think about it. It takes a
Do
real
you
effort.
use those words?
Yes, I tell you I love you sometimes privately.
No, you stop, Renee.
Yes, I do. And you know what?
She
When
lies so much on this podcast and try to make herself look good,
No,
dude. It's
but
crazy.
when I go to hold your hand, you'll be like, "Oh, stop!
Not true.
Don't hold my hand."
Not true.
Yes, you do. You tell me that a lot.
No, not true.
Or if I'll rub on you after
I
a while, you'll be
appreciate
like,
that.
"Okay, enough. That's enough."
No, I enjoy it.
Okay.
I love the way you continue. People are starting to see through you. People are starting to see it. They're starting to see it, and they're starting to see who you are and what's going on here.
No, but it is not in, because it's twofold. One, I don't need words of affirmation. It's not my love language. I'm good. I got it. I'll keep going. But also, I do love you, and I'm happy to do that for you because you're my partner and I care about you and I want you to feel fulfilled and satisfied. But it takes more effort on my part. I have to like consciously think of it and say, okay, here, Steve needs an I love you. I love you. I said it first on the episode.
How about thank you? Can we say thank you?
Thank you.
See how it almost hurts? Did you see it almost hurt? She was like, thank you. I deserve all this. No, I look, I just think that in general, like with your friends, with your parents, with everybody likes to hear.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I got to get better at it too. Like, you know, Tatiana is such a part of our home and just here.
Yes.
And works all the time. And I forget to tell her thank you sometimes.
Yeah.
And she needs to hear it. Right. Yeah. But I need to be better because, you know, you're moving fast and life's going and you know, Tatiana's she's like the furniture now.
Yeah.
You know, you're here. You know what I mean? So you forget, right? And
she's not like the furniture. She does a lot more than the damn furniture does. But yes, I hear you.
But you know, people appreciate that. You know.
Yes.
And I try to express that to Rick. You know, I feel like Rick has been such a good human to us, and has always been there for us. So Rick, thank you
Yes.
as well.
We don't tell him we appreciate him enough either.
Let's make sure the mics were working. Can you say that again, please?
I'll always tell you thank you, buddy. And it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me like it hurts Renae.
No, that's not true.
Hey, Renae, can you say thank you?
Yes.
And then
I
let me
can say
let me
thank
do
you
an
to
impression of
Rick.
her saying thank you.
Are you kidding? Rick
Thank you.
No, Rick flawlessly navigates being mediator and rocking the line between the two of us. So that takes a special kind of person.
He needs to pick a team already. Rick likes to, and just before, because I know he's waiting. Yes, your Detroit Lions kicked the shit out of the Cowboys. There it is. Edit that part. I mean, when I told you there is no news to be had, every single Cowboy fan in the world is at the point where we're just like, you know what? We don't care about our team anymore. Like, it doesn't affect us. We're
How
at the
they
point.
perform doesn't matter. We just love them because we love the Cowboys.
No, you love the Cowboys, but you're like, you know what? You know, it's now expected that you guys are going to suck. And that we're over going, hey, we're upset that we suck. Well, there's nothing to be upset about. We suck. We're going to suck. You know, when you spend $240 million on a quarterback and you don't bring in the right personnel for him.
I wonder if it's affecting their ticket sales.
100%. People walked out of the Detroit game this week, like remember we walked out in the fourth.
Yeah.
People in that game walked out after the half. Like literally we're like, all right, we're out. See you later.
You pay so much money to park to leave at halftime.
Just to park.
It's like $80 just to park at the stadium. And not even at the stadium, like close to the stadium.
But I was a little upset with you that you were like, what are we going to talk about? Things have been flat. And I'm like, no, I think the episodes have been really good.
No, you know what? I may be a little self-conscious because your comedy is so funny. It is like its own thing. And I feel like on your social media, you're having new people come in. And so they watch the podcast where it is just now, that first whatever episode we happen to be on. And the podcast is such a different thing than your stand-up comedy.
Oh, we've said that a million times on this podcast. But also, I think you're also having trouble with the fact that I'm starting to win. The people are starting to go, you know what, Steve's got a lot of heart. That guy's got a lot of heart.
But also, I think like you have this Captain Evil character in your comedy.
Oh, here we go.
And people really, I think it resonates with people. People identify with it. They find it funny. But I think they also sometimes expect to come to the podcast and that Renae that sits here in this chair in front of this microphone be Captain Evil too. And I'm not. That's like a creation.
I mean, you are wearing a ball gown right now. Like a literal ball gown.
It's short. Ball gowns touch the ground. This is kneeling.
No, but I mean, yes, we argue on this podcast, and you know, I will say this podcast has been, in my opinion, very healthy for us.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, ultimately, your loyalty to me is great love language. The fact that you know we've been together doing this from the very, very beginning when we had no money.
Yeah.
I mean, from when I was an opening act, we've been together.
Yeah.
So I think people know that and people see it and they love you as much as they love me. However, they're still seeing, I see your true colors. I can't sing to save my life. I tried.
Yeah, stop, please.
I tried.
Stop.
But no, I'm really happy with our episodes. And I think that, you know, I think someday I'd love to go back and kind of revisit our lives and where we were in the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah.
You know, you were pregnant with Delilah.
Yeah. We announced on the show I was pregnant with her. Yeah.
You know, and kind of go through the ups and downs of my career and the things that we're going through and all the things that we've accomplished. And because I think sometimes, and I think probably Rick falls into this category, I think sometimes you become successful and you forget to take a step back and then look in.
See the growth?
See the growth.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sometimes I don't do that. You know, I think sometimes I'm like, what's next? What's next?
No, you are such a look-forward person.
What's next? What are we doing? What's going to happen next? And I think sometimes, like, I mean, I was in Ontario this weekend, and that's such a special club to me. That club, I'm very honest. I will tell you how I feel about your city. I will tell you you know.
Is it still in the Ontario Mills Mall?
Yep.
Yeah.
So a lot of comics are like, I love it here. And it's like, you're lying. You don't love it there. You know, every city you love, you know, oh, your town's the best, you know.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now that Ontario's boring. Ontario, there's nothing to do. It is a very, you know, for me, entertaining myself
Yeah.
is, there's nothing there.
Walking the Ontario Mills Mall is the
Is
thing
it?
to do. Yeah.
Is it? They have a top golf now. But on the other hand, it is my favorite place to perform because it's very special to me.
Yeah.
And it's special to me because when I moved to California, I drove straight there to do a show.
Yeah.
And at that time, the Ontario Improv was brand new. And it was this shiny, very amazing comedy club that my eyes were wide open as to like, you know, I was used to the Addison Improv. And the Addison Improv was like...
Black box theater almost.
Yeah. Nothing special. Tables, regular black wedding hall chairs. And then I go to this place and I'm like, oh my God, it's like tiered. And it was just like, it was shiny and brand new.
Ramp
and
down to the center of the stage.
It had an angle to
Huge
it.
compared to the Addison
huge.
Improv.
And
Yeah.
I just remember like, oh my gosh, you know, and getting to perform there and the love that I got from those crowds, you know. And I think I resonated with those crowds like I did in Texas because it's a very blue collar town full of really good, hardworking people. That was the first club to headline me. That was the first club to put my picture on the wall. And that was the first club I got a door deal, right? So a lot of firsts. When I moved to LA, and people know about this, I thought, so I moved to LA, stayed in a hotel because I was performing at the Ontario Improv, opening up for a certain so-and-so. And I got a hotel room. So we were doing 2 weeks. So I had 2 weeks in a hotel, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to move to LA. Drive in. I can't find a place to live. So I end up driving back out there because I'm like, oh, this is more, like LA was a little scary for me.
Sure.
I go, oh, I'll come out here. And then I knew that you could stay in a Walmart parking lot. So I stayed in that Walmart parking lot for almost 3 months while I was trying to find a home. You know, I showered at the 24-hour fitness that was out there. The crazy part is that, and we'll talk about it, that movie theater that's across from the Improv, I can't tell you how many times I slept in there because I was just tired of sleeping in the car. And I was tired during the day. And I was like, you know what? I'll just buy a movie ticket. And I'd go during the day, go into that movie theater and literally just lay back. I didn't care what I was watching.
Yeah.
And then just sleep because it was cool. There was AC in there. And I just go and sleep, you know. So a lot of those memories of like big part of my path of making it was through that Ontario Improv.
Even it wasn't the Ontario Improv, but even your very first special, Grandpa Joe's Son, was filmed in San Bernardino, which is the same, very close, same area.
Yeah, which might as well be, it's all part of the
Inland Empire. Yeah.
But it's just a special place for me. And the love that Ontario gives me is literally, you know, second to none.
Did you have a lot of people come out who have been following you for
years?
Yeah. Like,
I've had people coming up to me going, oh my God, I've seen you 8 times.
That's my favorite. Is when you get to meet those people who take such pride in the fact that like they knew you.
And I love them.
First started your comedy.
And I love them. And I will tell you something that I felt a little guilty about. I still did my shows, but I didn't do extra. And the reason I didn't do extra is because there was a midnight flight out of the Ontario Improv that would get me home by
Ontario Airport
that would get me home by 8:15 a.m. So the 9:30 show, I did my hour that I was contractually obligated to perform, and then I ran off stage and left. Right?
Yeah.
And I just felt, I still gave them the hour that I'm supposed to do, and I did my job.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like I hang out and after the show because, you know, I'm not flying out until
you do a meet and greet.
I do a meet and greet. I hang out.
Did you get messages from people saying that they felt like they were gypped because
No, thank God. Well,
okay, because in Ontario, you will stay till that line is done, and it will be a long line.
This is what I love about Ontario and the Inland Empire. Again, working class people,
Yeah.
The fans that we have and family that we have gathered all get it, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, where I felt the need to say, hey, guys, I'm leaving tonight to get home to my family.
Yeah.
I don't want to not be with my family on Sunday. And they all applauded. And they all said, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had a few people that were, in my opinion, that didn't get it. Mm-hmm. You know, we were actually, Rick, talking about, you know, they were asking me who my favorite sports teams were. And I said, you know, and Renae taught me this, I don't really engulf myself in sports anymore. If I can catch a game, I do. But I don't, I used to be like, oh man, Sundays for football. I'm going to watch football all day. I don't care. Saturday, college, I'm going to watch college football all day. Monday night, I got to catch the game. And now I don't do that. And then I said, listen, I don't need to be loyal to a team. I'm not gonna beat up somebody because they don't like my team. I go, I'd rather be with my family. And I got a few boos. Like, boo. And I was like, you're booing that I'd rather be with my family than my team? Yeah, bro, fuck that. You got to love your team. And it's like, come on.
We're just in a different life stage. We're in a life stage where Delilah's not going to sit in front of the TV and hang out with you while you watch football.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be out doing stuff with my kids, with my wife, with my family. I want to be active. I want to play football with my son. And if I'm going to watch the game, it's in the back where we're outside and Delilah's playing on the playground and I'm throwing the ball with Garrett while I'm checking in on the game.
Yeah.
It's just more important to me, you know. Rick, are you still diehard football, or are you kind of in that point too where it's like, if I catch a game, great. If I don't, where are you at on that?
I'm 100% all in.
On the football
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday, they know don't talk to me, but I also get dressed up and it's just me by myself and I have the Lions gear on or the Dolphins.
See, I don't want that for my life. I don't want that for my life. I don't want the family to be like, we got to get the fuck out of here because Dad's going to watch football.
His boys are older too. Like, to be honest, his boys probably don't want to hang out with him. They either want to watch the game too, or they don't want to hang out with him. They want to be doing something else.
Yeah, but Rick, couldn't you be out in the front yard playing basketball with the boys?
Well, I just got hurt playing basketball, so no.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's in rehab. Yep. He's done.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm old.
He's in the IR.
The only thing I have in life is the Lions. That's it. There's nothing else in my life.
What about us? What about us?
Yeah, no. I'm cutting my family. I'm cutting you guys. Nothing else good. Just the Lions.
So I think you're going to be very excited about this conversation, Rick.
Wait. I want to know. Can I ask
ahead.
one more question
Yeah,
about
of course.
Ontario?
Yes.
This is the first time you did a 3:00 show. What was it like doing a show at 3:00 in the afternoon?
I loved it. For
what was
those
the
of you,
audience like?
I basically moved my Sunday show to Saturday at 3:00 so that I don't have to do the Sunday show.
Yeah.
So that I can go home and be with my family.
It just seems so weird to be doing a comedy show.
It was so much better for me. Like, you know, when I sit in the hotel and I'm not going to the club until like 6:00.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, well, there goes a whole day. Like, I mean, I'm just in a freaking hotel room.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll go work out or I'll go grab lunch. But I'm like, man, like I'm stuck in this town for the whole day. Yeah. And then I have to be stuck in the town the whole next day to do a 7:00. So it was so much better to me to go, hey, Saturday's my work day, right?
Yeah.
Get there Thursday, do a show. Friday, relax, kind of get my groove.
Well, you had press. You didn't get to relax.
I had
you
tons
were
of
running around
press.
doing a lot of
Yeah.
press.
Do my Friday shows, have a drink. We had a couple drinks.
Uh-huh.
You know, Mike Universal joined me, his wife, his fiance. We had a drink, and then I woke up and it was back to work, and then it was go home.
Yeah.
And so I like that better. It's like, I'm here. Let's get some work done. The 3:00 show was awesome. They were great. And I think I think it works out for that. I think we sell more tickets at a 3:00 than a Sunday at a 7.
Really? Why?
Because our fans and are the people that come to see us have kids. So on a Saturday at 3:00 to be able to go on a play date, go hang out with your friends,
Go to grandma's?
go to grandma's, go to your
Yeah.
friends. You know, we'll be back by 5:00.
Yeah.
And we still get to have dinner with the family, or we still get to go out that night, or whatever. Yeah. Sunday, 7:00, people go, golly, man, I got to get the kids ready. Monday's a school day. I don't know if I can make it out there.
That,
So I think that 3:00 is a real convenient show. Me and you would do that.
Well, I'm just thinking if our
No.
kids' activities were done, if we weren't juggling baseball or soccer.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a Saturday at 3:00 to go see our favorite band or our favorite comedian,
Yeah.
that'd be great,
Yeah.
right? Where you go, oh man, I don't have to get a night babysitter,
Yeah.
right? If my son wants to go to Stone's house for a few hours and we let our neighbors know, like, hey, we're gonna be gone 3 hours. Do you mind if Garrett comes over and plays? You know, and that's it. They're going over to play, and then you get to go do a show and you get to get back. So anyway,
Yeah.
I think it worked out. I think it really worked out. Rick,
Or if you have a teenager, you feel more comfortable leaving them at home.
Yeah.
All the kids at one house with 2 or 3 teenagers.
yeah, Rick, you and Gigi would do that, right? Like a 3:00 to go watch your favorite comedian or a favorite band. That's my
I
point.
think 3 p.m. would be perfect. Actually, it would be perfect.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
And we're doing that in Irvine this weekend. Same thing. So I can
Yeah.
get home on Sunday. Oh, I did press. I did the Woody show, which is like huge. Right? They're syndicated in like 30 markets. Had so much fun with those guys.
What did you and Woody talk about?
Oh God, we laughed, and he's a really sharp guy.
Yeah.
Like he was able to add a couple of jokes in the moment that I was like, dang, dude, that's like a really good joke.
You're like a comedian.
Yeah, he's sharp. Like,
Yeah.
boom, boom. So that was fun. And then we went to Ellen K's show, and Ellen is just, she's a huge radio DJ.
Yeah.
In the LA market. And the last time I was there, she was in Europe. And then this time I'm walking in, and she was actually leaving there because she was going to introduce Mario Lopez to get his star on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, how fun.
So I get it. You choose the Mexican with the abs versus the one ab. And she gave me a big old hug. She was, I'm sorry, but, Mario wanted me to do this. And I'm like, no, of course, We had a great time on the Ellen K show. But then I got to go visit Gilbert. I have a hard time with his last name, Marquez, because he's building my hat.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, such a cool dude, man.
You're like so giddy over this hat.
Yes, Gilbert O. Marquez, hat maker out of LA.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude! What?
You were so giddy about this hat. I'm like, are you gonna wear it with your tank tops? Like, what are you gonna wear this hat with?
My cowboy hat, babe. Let me tell you what I'm doing, okay? And I'm gonna start a trend, and I hope, and not that
Steve, the tank top wearer is going to be a trend setter. Okay, let me hear it. I'm ready for it.
So
Tell me,
first of
please.
all, it's not like Gilbert needs. Everybody needs business, but he's doing very well.
Yeah.
Okay, he's very popular. Holy crap! Like, and then his wife and then his son works there.
Yeah.
And you go in there and it's at this really cool really cool hat shop.
Where's his shop at? Is it downtown LA?
It is on
Where is it?
It's on the corner of the 101 and the 10. So kind of like Boyle Heights,
Okay.
right? Stop by.
That's like by my first apartment, right? When I moved to LA.
Yeah, on the other side of the 101.
Okay.
Yes, your apartment was on the other side.
Okay.
Just we are very like-minded people. He has had his frustrations with anytime he gets press, it's always
what you're gonna say.
Latino. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm a hat maker that happens to be Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm not a Mexican hat maker, and he has the same frustrations because his hats are beautiful and very well done. And he really gets into the hat culture.
Yeah.
He's making famous hats. He did a I Love Lucy. What are the hats called that just sit on your head?
Oh, I forget what they're called.
Do you know what
like
those are called, Rick?
Pillbox hat.
Pillbox hat.
A pillbox hat.
Yeah, he made so he's really into like old pop culture and doing cool stuff. And he's sitting there and I go, this is what because I'm short, my cowboy hats have to be in because I'm short. I don't want to look like a thumbtack. Right. So
But then you also don't want him too curvy because then it looks like the Speedy Gonzalez hat.
right. So there's kind of a in between that, like my Stetson is perfect where I had it cut down and exactly the way to fit my body, right?
Yes.
So I actually sent him a hat. Now, this is what we're doing, Rick. The hat is going to be called the Gambler.
The hat has a name.
Yes.
Okay.
I've already shot a bunch of video, And then when I pick up the hat, I'm going to shoot more video, and then I'm going to put it all together, like the whole process.
Okay.
Right? It's called the Gambler.
Yes.
It's going to be a beaver hat, faded. It's going to look really like Western type.
Okay.
The hat band is going to be alligator.
Uh-huh.
Inside the hat,
What color?
brown.
Okay.
I want it all. I don't want the hat band to overtake the hat.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right. Still has to look. I want it to look old and a little tattered.
Yes.
So he explained to me that he's going to use coffee to stain the hat. Right.
Okay. That's cool.
Cowboy hat, gator band. In the gator band, because gamblers need to protect themselves, is going to be a little slit to put a tiny pocket knife in. You already like it.
Your face as
Okay.
you described this hat.
The
Okay.
lining in the bottom of the hat, the lining, is going to be a craps table.
Craps table.
The felt of the craps table is going to be the lining.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant a picture of a craps table. I was like,
No,
why do you
the
want a
felt
picture
of the craps table is going to be the lining.
Okay, that's clever, Steve Trevino. I'll give you that.
Inside that lining is going to be a secret pocket
Yes.
where it'll hold $1,000 cash in your hat.
Does it come with $1,000 cash in the hat?
No. But you'll have it'll be so badass to be playing craps and be like, oh yeah, just get there and be like, oh, I have my money right here. And then pull it out and be like, there you go, and put my hat back on.
Yeah.
Right? And then his wife, very talented artist.
Uh-huh.
She's like a tattoo artist.
Oh, cool.
She's going to burn in dice on the side of the hat.
Love
And for
it.
me, it's going to be the hard 4, which is 2 and 2.
Uh-huh.
And that in craps is called Little Joe. And when I was a kid, my dad's name is Joe. Everybody called me Little Joe.
I love it.
So we'll have the dice
Okay.
with the deal. And then,
I didn't know a hard 4 was called a Little Joe.
yes. And then, I don't know what casino I was at, but I stole a button from the table that says buy. So you buy the 10. When you bet, you go, I want to buy the 10. And then they put a little button on there that says buy.
Uh-huh.
I stole that button. That button's going to be sewn
Of
on
course you
to,
don't remember what casino it was.
they're going to sew it onto my hat. And then it's going to have feathers.
Uh-huh.
And that hat is going to be called the Gambler. So people could call Gilbert and say, I want
Make me a gambler.
make me a gambler.
a custom gambler.
Yes. But while he was showing me, he pulled out a hat and he goes, "This fits you?" I said, "Yes, fits perfect." And it was this beautiful baby blue, and it was rabbit.
That's supposed to be like the most expensive hat,
Beavers.
right?
Beavers.
Oh, beaver.
Beavers.
Oh, I thought rabbit was.
Rabbit's
Okay.
second, but he's shaping it, and I'm like, I put it on my head. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I want this one too. But on that one in the liner, I'm gonna put the Virgin Mary.
I've seen where he
the
does
lining.
that. That's beautiful. In the satin lining.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey Rick, would you buy the Gambler?
Absolutely not. But
What?
I'll say this only because I'm not a cowboy hat
Rick
guy,
doesn't
but
wear
it did-
cowboy hats, but he makes all kinds of hats, right? He makes like fedoras.
He can do a fedora
and-
Gambler for Rick.
I'd say I would do that.
But do you love
do
the
that for
idea?
sure.
Do you love the idea and the concept?
I gotta say, so I went to buy a cowboy hat for my son, and then when I saw the price, I was like, nope. So my thing is everything you just described, I cannot imagine it. Like it seems like they're really going to be cluttered, but I guarantee it's going to look awesome. Like
gonna look gorgeous.
If this guy's if
What's
he's a
his
professional hat
Instagram
maker.
account?
Do
you know?
I told you, Gilbert O. Marquez. And here's what I love about him. You know, here I am giving him, like I'm talking to him about all these customizations. He's making the hat from scratch by hand. And then I go, hey, how much?
There he is.
Right? I go, how much? He gives me the price and my jaw falls on the floor. And I go, you got to charge more. I go, oh my gosh, like this is very inexpensive for what I'm getting. And you know what he told me? Another reason I love him, because he thinks like me. He goes, no. He goes, I want the working man to have a nice hat.
Yeah.
He goes, I make enough money off of them. We're doing well. And I want the working man
to be able to have a beautiful hat.
to be able to have a beautiful hat. And I fell in love with him more. You know, I fell in love with his passion, with his frustrations that I share, you know, with the fact that he thinks like I think when it comes to the working man and thinking about the working man, right? And I can't wait to get it. I'm supposed to have it ready by Vegas and NFR.
Yes.
So I can't wait to show up in Vegas with my gambler. I cannot wait.
I was just so bummed because my idea for our anniversary this year, there's like Kemosabe, which I think is like in Utah, or I forget, but they have a Houston location. And you
can
can
we turn
go,
off the fan? Yeah, I'm freezing in here.
You can go and same thing, like, you know, design your hat. And so I thought for our anniversary this year that I would plan a trip to Houston. We wouldn't stay in a yurt, but I would plan a trip to Houston and we would go do that. And I was going to surprise you with it. I had told you about it. And then you found Gilbert and you were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And his hats are amazing. It's beautiful. But I was like, dang it. The one time I felt like I had a really, really good idea for a gift for you.
Are you coming this weekend to Irvine on that Saturday to get your hat? I want Renae to make a hat. And if I'm going to get the gambler, I want Renae to get like La Dama or, you know, whatever Renae's creative, because Renae's very creative, her creative mind to get in there and do that.
I mean, I would love to meet him just because I am always interested in husbands and wives and families that work together. I think that's an interesting dynamic. I like to meet people who do that in different industries.
I need to call him because I would like to fly them to our home and have them do our podcast and have a whiskey with them in the backyard.
Yeah.
Because
is this him, Steve?
That's him.
That's him.
Yeah.
He even looks cool.
Unbelievable. I would totally... These are not cowboy. I mean, they're cowboy hats, but they're not what you think is a traditional cowboy.
Well, he does it all, right? He does charro hats. He does fedoras. He does cowboy hats. He does the pill hat, the pillbox hat. I mean, dude, he is, and I just his wife's artistic ability and the way that she puts things on the hats with this, she burns it onto the hat. Yeah. With this like pencil, like a hot pencil. And it's just, I mean, man, their passion for it, their ability to, I mean, they sat there and, I mean, I didn't want to leave. Yeah. I'd love to get them on the podcast, Rick, and have them come out. I'll fly them out, have them in our home. I mean, those are the kind of people you go, come stay with us. You're not staying anywhere else because they're just salt of the earth. Yeah. They, you know, we connected right away. Right. I mean, we sat there at their little area and we just chatted and we talked about our frustrations in business and how we see the Mexican American and how we want the Mexican American to stop being treated like we're right off the boat.
We need to take him some Raul shirts. Some of the Guayaberas.
I'm going to send him some Raul shirts. I told him I'd love to see him. I think that our Raul style fits his hat style. But I just can't speak highly enough about these people. And even Rick, if you want to put their Instagram across the bottom of the screen so that people can find them very easily, and then I'm gonna surprise a very good friend of mine with one of these hats. Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna surprise him with it. I admire him. Me and him, a lot of the time that we spend together as friends is at a craps table.
Surprise.
So I want to get him a gambler. Yeah. But I think this gambler trend is going to fly. I think people are going to be like, holy crap, what a cool hat. Even if you don't gamble, it's a cool hat. Yeah. Right? With the knife, you know, the pocket knife and the money pocket and the liner of a craps table, you know. And he was like, I could do a blackjack table under there. I could do cards, right? If you're maybe you're a poker player, right? And I could put cards in there. So I'm really excited. But you go there and they have a million feathers that you can pick out. They have a million different things for the hat bands, whether it's alligator or ostrich or whatever you want to pick. It's all custom. He comes out with all the color felts that they're able to do, and he goes, "What color felts do you like?" Yeah, you know, here's one that I did where I stained it with coffee. You know, and I mean, just really, I mean, it is your hat. You go in there and you with him build your hat.
That's awesome.
And it's really stinking cool, man. And I told him, I said, you gotta come to Texas. And he goes, we're really, really thinking about it.
Yeah.
He said, we're really thinking about, making that move to Texas. So I think it'd be a good opportunity to get him on the podcast, hang out with him and his wife, talk hats, talk about their business, how they grew it, how they work together, how that works.
Yeah.
Get to know them and give them an opportunity to see where we live.
Yeah.
Because if he was here in New Braunfels, downtown New Braunfels, he would make a killing.
Yeah.
A killing. And here's what's crazy. He was telling me about this guy there in LA who is the biggest seller of Stetson cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. So there's a guy in LA who sells the most volume of Stetson cowboy hats.
Okay.
Nobody sells more Stetson cowboy hats than this guy.
In LA.
In LA.
Wow.
And he had a meeting with Stetson, and Stetson said, oh my gosh, that's how many Stetsons he sells. That Stetson was like, come in, talk to us about your store.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing? Who do you market to? And he goes, the Mexican American. He goes, the Mexican American is my 90% buyer of Stetson cowboy hat. And what people don't realize is that we are the original vaquero.
Yeah.
Right? Most of rodeo is becoming Latino. We are the ones, when I would go to my families and my cousins in Mexico, we'd go to their ranch and we'd go and ride horses and bring in the cattle. And my cousins all rode horses and all wore cowboy hats and cowboy boots. And, so the Mexican American.
Before Yellowstone.
Yeah. And it's frustrating because, the vaquero was the original here in Texas that was hired to go rustle the cattle. They were the workers. They were the ones that they would say, hey, y'all need to go get these cattle in here. And then the vaqueros would go out and bring in the cattle, right?
Yeah.
So, we have deep-rooted history, the Mexican American and the Mexican in cowboying, right? So when Stetson found that out, they go, oh my gosh, we need to do a Latino,
a campaign market
inspired
that way.
Stetson. So right now, that Stetson is the most expensive Stetson you can buy, and it is called. Golly, I looked it up the other day too, and because I was like, oh, I gotta see. God, what's it called? Let's just put most expensive Stetson cowboy hat style. Did that come out?
I wonder what it is, and I wonder what the model looks like. Who wears the hat?
Rick, can you pull it up?
I'm trying to find it.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you search to find that?
But it was really cool, and it's frustrating because we're not being marketed to by Stetson, right? We're not being talked to. We're not being. That's not part of when somebody thinks Mexican American. It's not something that people think of. Why are we not?
Yeah.
Branding that? Why are we not owning it? Why are we not saying, hey, this is a big part of our culture and our history and it's a part of us, right? Let's see here. I think, there it is. What's it called?
Is it this one?
No, the one next to it, the L. Left, all the way to the left.
That's Luke Casey, no?
That one. What does it say? El what?
El Presidente?
El Presidente, yep. And how much is it? It's so crazy, like $1,300, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea cowboy hats cost that much.
I don't want to tell you what I paid for my Stetson. I don't know. Remember, I told the story here when I walked into Cavender's, and he was like, "That hat's."
Well, yeah, but you never gave the price when you told that story. I didn't realize they got that expensive.
The Diamante. So the El Presidente is $1,300. The Diamante 1,000 times is what it's called. Can you guess what that one cost?
No, I have no idea.
$5,600. I knew it. Marked down from $7,000.
What? Okay, this is where my brain goes. Is why not get a piece of jewelry?
But look what it's called, the Diamante.
The diamond.
Yep.
Yes. So
The diamante. Yep.
go buy a piece of jewelry.
1,000 times beaver and chinchilla fur, and finished with a 14-karat gold buckle set with 26 genuine diamonds.
Okay, so it does have
This
jewelry
hat-
on it.
Dude, this is a fucking... I should have never showed Renae
Now
this shit.
I'm interested. Keep going.
It's got jewelry, dog. It's got some jewelry. How cool is that, though? I mean, that's an art piece.
Well, I was just about to
right?
say that's an heirloom. You pass that on to your child, and you hope they have a similar size head as you. But at the very least, they can take that gold buckle and make it into a brooch or a necklace or something.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that
Yeah.
something cool that we learned today? You know?
The art of the hat.
Yes. So, I just had such a wonderful time hanging out with him, and I'm really excited about getting my gambler hat.
Yeah.
When I'm gonna do a video, I recorded with I've been recording. I don't know if I talked about it with my.
We did. There was
Yes.
a whole episode on the glasses.
I
that made
recorded
you a
with
better
my glasses.
photographer.
It came out cool. So this week when I go back and hopefully pick up the hat, I'm gonna film it all. Then hopefully do like a little edit and show everybody my vision come to life.
Yes.
And you know, I told him, I said, hey Gilbert, I said, you know, you're the artist. I said, I'm just giving you the idea. You make it how you think.
Yes.
It would be awesome, right? That's their field. That's what he does. Like I don't want to micromanage
His art.
his art.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully I'm going to be pleasantly surprised with his vision.
Yeah.
You know, and not to mention, I showed him a song, because what he likes to do is he'll see like an old movie and go, oh, I'm going to make that hat. He saw I Love Lucy.
Inspired by it,
He saw I Love Lucy, and then in his social media goes, I wanted to make that hat.
Yeah.
Cantinflas had the under-exaggerated little cowboy hat. So he made one, right? And then I explained to him that Chris Ledoux sings a song called This Cowboy Hat. And I showed it to him. He goes, I'm doing that hat. Because the way that he describes the hat, where he goes, this hat was given to me by my father. And this hat band was given to me by an old Indian fella, this rattlesnake. And this hat pin was given to me by this woman. I don't think I'll ever see her again.
Oh, that's
right?
cool.
So he's going to get that. He's going to get that. And he was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the song. I'm going to play the song. I'm going to build the hat. So it's really, really cool.
I mean, my only thing with your hat is that I'm wondering the felt from the table isn't going to be really hot on your head or like itchy and uncomfortable.
The felt you wear in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, in December, I'm going to be in Vegas in the winter.
Yes.
And I'm going to wear the felt in the winter.
But typically lining is satin, right? Or is that no?
Yeah, it's like satin. Yeah, it's like satin. But I'm very excited about it. And I'm sorry. I always think of that one woman that was like, stop chewing the same gum. I've been talking about cowboy hats for the last hour.
But then you talked about cowboy hats with jewelry, and I was like, that was different. That was good.
That was
different.
chewing a different gum there. But we're so excited to be coming to Irvine. I hope you come. You don't want to come?
No, I mean, I do. We've been talking about Delilah's been tough lately, and so I've been trying to be more present, and you too, just to kind of stay on top of
just to be
everything with
clear,
her.
I got to defend my baby girl. Yes, she has been tough, but she's been amazing.
She's growing and she's maturing, but she's also really like testing the boundaries. And I think we're going through a phase where like we just need to be there to help her through them. Why are you laughing, Steve Trevino?
Because Thursday, when I called you and you were like, and Delilah did this, and Delilah did that, and I know Delilah's in the car.
She got kicked out of the pool at swimming.
And Delilah did this, and then Delilah Rick goes, Dad, Mom's not treating me like a princess. I loved it. Let's give up for our sponsors. Aztec Chevrolet, always taking care of us. Soon to be Coastal Bend Chevrolet. Please give them an opportunity. I am actually driving. You're in the New Braunfels or San Antonio area. I am driving a Denali that already has the gunmetal wrap on it. It's beautiful. If you want it, I'll deliver it to your house here in San Antonio, New Braunfels area, San Marcos. And then pick Cherries.
Yes.
Very exciting to find out that we own the patent now. So pick Cherries. You're going to want to get on it because it's going to blow up. And you want to be on it before everybody else. Pick Cherries, old salt coffee. We drink it every morning. Best drip coffee you can get.
Yes.
Yes, it's a little expensive, but it's cheaper than going to Starbucks every day.
And it packs a punch.
And it's really good. And then our friends at Rao. I'm actually wearing one of the Rao shirts today because I filmed the promo for Boston. Let's talk about our tour dates.
Yes. I think I will try and come with you to Irvine. Now I want to meet this hat maker too.
Spit it out. Our tour dates.
Tour dates. Okay, you're in Irvine this weekend.
As we speak.
And then it's Halloween. Everyone have fun.
Taking 2 weeks off for Halloween and for the shit show that will become the election.
Then you are in Boston. You're in Mashantucket, Connecticut, and Hampton, New Hampshire. Then you are in Verona, New York. How do I say that?
I don't know.
Bensalem, PA. I think I might have butchered that town. Where else are you after that? Oh, San Antonio. Then it's Thanksgiving. Holy cow, it's already Thanksgiving. And you're doing the Tobin Center again, for Thanksgiving, the weekend after Thanksgiving. And then you do Oklahoma City. Oh, but that's a private event.
That's a private event.
You go to Albuquerque, New Mexico after that.
That's a big one.
And then it's Vegas.
Oh, this is the first year in my life that I'm like, I just want to get to Vegas. Like my goal is to get to Vegas. I want to get, because we haven't been to Vegas.
Yeah, we had said we would go in the summer and we didn't get around to it.
I'm off in a few weeks.
We're already going to be there in December.
Go practice.
Don't.
With my gambler. I got to break the gambler in.
December. That's
break the gambler in. But we're very excited. Please come see us on the road. And then we're going to be announcing the new tour next year, which I think I want to call Family Picture Day.
Yeah.
And then we're also talking about filming our next special, possibly in March and possibly in Nashville. So that could be a fun one for people to come join us. Everybody wants to go to Nashville nowadays. Yeah. Come join us and celebrate us filming another special.
Nashville sounds fun.
It's very fun.
I like that idea, you in Nashville.
And then we did our Helicopters for Heroes golf tournament.
Yes.
Had a great time doing that. I'm really proud of it. Helicoptersforheroes.com.org. We haven't talked to him on the podcast for a while. Oh, I'm going to announce it right now. And tickets are not on sale yet.
What?
This is going to be huge. Me, you, Christmas podcast in front of a live audience.
Yes.
At Prestige Motors in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
With the one, the only, Fluffy.
Yeah, he's going to come do it with us?
December 10th, me, Gabriel Iglesias, and you on stage.
I'm excited.
A 2-hour, hour-and-a-half podcast.
I'm excited.
With live music like we do.
Yes.
And it is going to be really special. And
I feel like now we have to step it up. The pressure's on because Gabe knows how to throw a party.
Yeah, Rick, do not let us down. Do not ruin this for us.
The ante.
Do not ruin this for us. No, Rick will be like, sorry, Steve, I can't work with you this week. Why? Kind of hanging out with Fluffy. No, but Gabe is such a sweetheart, man. And there is gonna be a ticket price for that.
Yeah.
But that money goes to Helicopters for Heroes for our veterans. I also offered Gabe a percentage of the proceeds to go to any charity that he likes.
Yes.
I'm hoping, and I already know. I mean, his big charity is saving dogs.
Yes.
He's a dog lover. He's had dogs in his life that have changed his life. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my friend Byron.
I was hoping that's where your brain
was going. My friend Byron trains service animals, real service animals, to give to veterans.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of the dogs that Byron uses, he saves. So I'm trying to encourage Gabe to also help veterans through animals.
Yes.
So I think that could be something really, really special.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking about, man, I want to see Steve and Captain Evil live do this podcast, that's the time to do it. And I will keep you guys posted as things develop. Once again, Steve Trevino here with his beautiful Captain Evil. I love you. I admire you. I do notice your love languages. Thank you.
I love you, baby. Thank you.
We'll see you next time, and hopefully soon I'll be wearing a gambler hat, bitches.